What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, everybody?
Welcome and so much for tuning in for anything and everything rock or music related with a little bit of ADD, of course. I'm Zach.
I'm TJ.
I'm Robin.
And you're listening to Rock to Attention.
I don't feel tardy.
Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Always good, man. How you doing?
Everything's good over here, Robin.
I woke up this morning and I think I felt my age for the first time because I woke up and I couldn't sit up straight. My back hurt so bad. Started hurting late last night, so I was sleeping on a hot pack, and it still didn't really work. It still hurts pretty bad, but other than that, doing great.
Was your girlfriend over last night?
No.
Okay, just curious.
If she came up,
thanks for waking us up early for nothing.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll just.
We were supposed to go on this morning.
Oops. Thanks, Robin.
Well, sorry, I got called to
I mean
work.
that sincerely. Well, yeah, work's overrated.
But yeah, no. Other than that, I'm doing great. Here we are, episode 2, doing it.
Number two.
Day
early.
2.
Early.
Yeah, we're doing it a little early because I'm leaving tomorrow to go visit my girlfriend who is in Ohio. So.
Yeah, because the world revolves around Robin. So.
Well, what happens when you have 3 co-hosts?
We'll get to you in a second, Robin. So, TJ.
Yes, sir.
Tell us something fun.
I saw Alaska at 1 a.m. during like their sunny hours, and that would not be a good place for me to go because I don't sleep as it is, and if it was daylight at 1 a.m, oof. So
that would freak me out. That would absolutely. Yeah. It's weird.
Have y'all ever been to Alaska?
No, but I'd love to go.
I had my aunt and uncle lived there when I was younger. Yeah, I woke up at about 12:45 one night when I was visiting, and I went downstairs, and I just looked at my parents and like, did I oversleep? Like, what's going on? And Mom's like, no, go back to bed. It's like 12 at night. We're like, it's sunny outside. What do you mean it's 12 at night? And it's like a 10-year-old just blew my mind.
It would be weird, but it sounds a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, I would love to go in the summertime when there's not a whole lot of snow. That can be treacherous.
Speaking of snow, I've got a new dream, and by dream I just like mean something I want to try or want to do.
Are you sure you're not confusing snow with blow?
Yeah.
I mean, it's called snow too, but
no,
I wouldn't know.
Actually, neither I have never done blow. That's a fact. Just so everyone knows.
3 of us. So this is a blow-free podcast.
Anyways,
this is a fully blow-free.
Zach.
So anyway, my new dream. I want to go to somewhere that has mountains. So somewhere in Denver. I'm sorry, somewhere in Colorado, maybe Denver. I don't know. I want to go stay at a lodge that has a hot tub on the back, and I want to sit in a hot tub, watch the sunset over the mountains, while I don't know, having an old fashioned or something. Like I think that would be awesome. It being cold outside and being in a hot tub.
I think we talked about this before, but I tell you about the old fashioned I had in Denver like 2 weeks ago.
I'm gonna need more information.
We're gonna
need tequila old fashioned.
All right.
It was so good. Don Julio Añejo tequila, and I was like, I like old fashions as they are, but I'm a tequila guy more than a whiskey guy. It was so good. Whiskey/bourbon, but yeah.
And I'm a whiskey guy, or actually I'm a bourbon guy, but I appreciate a 1942 tequila.
Yeah. I don't know. I've gotten more into Scotch over the COVID break. I don't know why. Gotten more into Scotch.
You're fancy. That's why.
Pinky out, bitches.
Only way to do it.
I gotta ask everybody this because it's been weighing on me. That makes it sound like this is gonna be really intense. It's not.
No politics.
Yeah, no politics. Someday we'll have a button for that where we can just like smash a button. It'll be like, no politics. Some noise.
I like that. But, you get booted off.
It shuts your screen down. You go to the penalty box for a minute. But no. So one of my favorite bands released an album this week. Band by the name of Biffy Clyro. I sent it to y'all in the text chat to listen to, and it's been absolutely on repeat in my car. I can't stop listening to it. I think it's a fantastic album, and so my question comes in two parts. One, do you have anything that's on repeat, and that you're listening to over and over again? Because I want new stuff to listen to. But two, one of my favorite aspects of this new Biffy Clyro album, and yes, I know that's a really name, but one of the
I thought it was Billy Cairo when I first got him. Like before we talked, Robin. Like he was on my phone. I can't remember what song. I was just gonna try and look it up here. But I thought it was like Billy Cairo. I'm like, that sounds.
well,
And I was like,
that's
Biffy?
a syrup, bro.
I was like, it's true.
but one of my favorite things about this new album is the opening track, and it got me to think of like, oh, what are some really great opening tracks to an album? Like things that really set the tone. Because that's my theory with albums, is that when you're making an album, the first song on the album needs to set the tone for the album. And I know that's not always the case with, I know a lot of singer-songwriters that will start the album with something upbeat, but then the rest of the album is kind of mellow. But I wanted to ask y'all, what are you listening to that's on repeat? And what's like an album opener, like a first song or on the album that you're just like, this is top notch, top shelf?
There's been so much.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like this is the best one. It's just what is a really good one. Yeah.
For me lately, it was The Darkness for a little bit. They had a new album come out in October, and I wouldn't even say they have like a game-changing opening song, but I would say like one of my favorite. Like think about Guns N' Roses, "Welcome to the Jungle" starts it off, and that was like the '80s format, like start big, maybe a ballad here or there, maybe a couple good songs, and then whatever. But Skid Row, Big Guns opening that album,
ooh, yeah,
fantastic. But as far as repeat, Bloody Heels, this Latvian band I found. Latvian. Never thought I'd be like, hey, guys, check out this Latvian band. But
Yeah,
it
I
exists.
never thought I'd be checking out a Finnish band when you showed me Santa Cruz.
Yeah, bro, I could show you a lot more, too, and Swedish. Those Scandinavians got it going on. It's like the Sunset Strip went this way, like time zone-wise. It just went over.
That's where we ought to move to.
Yeah.
I agree.
Don't worry, Zach. The 80s hair metal and that stuff, it isn't finished with Santa Cruz.
Oof. All right. Penalty box. Bad joke. You're out.
Thank you, Robin.
I have to get the puns in there, man. It's got to keep happening.
Please.
So, Zach, what are you listening to? I want the truth.
Pass.
No, you tell me the truth.
Well, I'm going to answer several of your questions right now. First and foremost, I think that we are in a new age of record releases now, and we're in a single age where things are coming out as singles. So as far as a great opener, I couldn't tell you on a new band. I don't know new bands that are releasing new albums. Everyone I listen to is doing singles, which is fine. As long as they're bitchin' singles. But as far as what I'm listening to right now, I'll tell you what, dude. Believe it or not, I get burnt out on stuff, as any of us do. So I have not been really listening to a lot of 80s lately.
Yes, you have.
Yes, I have.
Yes, you have.
Oh, okay. 80s metal. Sorry.
Okay.
So recently, I in the night and start the mornings with reggae. I've been really into reggae. I started a reggae station, but something I did yesterday. There's a song by, is it the Weather Women?
The Weather Girls.
The Weather Girls. It's called "It's Raining Men." Dude, that's a tune.
Yeah.
That is a tune.
Yeah, it's a great tune.
Don't know what it means, but
but I'm not gonna lie, because I believe in honesty. I started a Pandora station with that song, and I have discovered and rediscovered some killer tunes, man. I mean, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I did not realize how many hits they had.
Oh yeah.
I hear a song like, oh, I love that song. Oh my gosh, that's Earth, Wind, and Fire. So that is what I've been jamming lately, because I think I'm burnt out on 80s metal, to be honest with you.
Well, on that note, speaking of openers, I thought of one, and on the Santa Cruz note, Zach, if you listen to their second album, the self-titled Santa Cruz album, Bonafide Heroes kicks that album off fantastically.
Yeah.
Right on. You know what? I think I remember that tune. And now that you're telling me that it's the first song, I agree. I think that's awesome.
So one of my favorites. I was a real big AFI fan in high school. And I was in the middle. Oh, sorry, distracting me.
That's okay.
Y'all talk for
That's
y'all
okay.
talk for a second. Okay.
All right. Yeah, we lost the penalty box. See ya.
Penalty.
I was looking up. I can't remember who it's by, but if you like the reggae,
Yeah.
there's. You ever seen Captain Ron? We kind of talked about Captain Ron the other night.
Captain Robin.
Ron.
Captain Ron.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
Robin, you're probably familiar. Captain Ron
The name's familiar. Yeah.
with Kurt Russell.
Yes. Yes.
Fantastic movie. But there's a song. I'll have to look it up. So now you guys can talk, or I can multitask either way.
Anyways.
Doesn't matter. I got sunglasses on, so you can't even tell where I'm looking, anyways.
You can always tell where.
My it's a little dirty, but my favorite reggae song right now is I screenshotted it and I'll tell you what it's called. Nope, it's not that one. Hold please.
Huh.
Robin, you haven't given us any of your openers by any means.
Oh, one of my favorite openers is off of December Underground, AFI. Like it's an actual album opener. Like that's all it is. They started their shows with it too. But AFI.
You think that's a great opener?
I think to an album the way that it is, absolutely. I think that Dead is another great opener. Or not Dead, but
well,
the
that's
end.
one of my
The end.
that is one of my favorite albums of all
Yeah.
time, and I totally agree. And I was gonna bring up My Chemical Romance to you.
They were good back in the day. Like I don't care. Like I thought it was just like a high school phase or something, but it was.
No.
They're solid.
Oh, they're on the Black Parade is on my top 10 albums of the last decade, of the first decade for the 2000s. I mean,
And I never pronounce it right, but was it Helena or is it Helena?
Helena.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Helena.
I have no idea.
Yeah. So that opening like little riff, like it's nothing to it, but
Yeah.
it's
And it
fantastic.
just starts. Like the song just starts. Which always used to bother me till it didn't anymore.
When was that?
Like all through high school, I loved the song, but I always thought, like I went and actually bought the album because I thought that like the radio edited it wrong, and so like they just cut the thing off because it sounds like it's just cut because it just starts. There's no like pickup to it.
Well, there's an intro.
Helena?
Yeah.
No, it just starts.
Oh my God, and then it comes in full volume.
Right, but I'm talking about like that beginning part. It sounds like it's misedited. It sounds like the radio station just pushed play, and didn't back the track up all the way, and then it's the first song on the album, and that's just how the album starts.
Well, they did something right because I think both those albums did very well.
Now I'm
Yeah, because they could still do like a reunion tour after like taking 10 years off and it sells out.
Yeah, I bought tickets, and now.
Well,
I'm
did that
waiting.
end up happening?
I
No.
don't think so. On that note, before I forget, what's the last physical album you guys bought? Vinyl, cassette, CD?
I couldn't tell you. Yes, I could. It was with Robin.
This album right here. I just bought it. I'm part of a record club though, so. Because I'm a nerd. And it
That's
is.
right.
I don't want to be a dick. I will say that this is. Oh, they didn't put their name on the side. From London, obviously.
Yes, I like you from
You
London.
sound like you're from London.
It's only from Bloody Russell Brand.
So I think the band is called Sports Team, and they've got a bunch of different words. Deep Down Happy, I think, is the name of the album. They got a bunch of different stuff written on the front. So I haven't broken it open yet, so I haven't listened to it. But once I do, I will let you know how it is.
Bro, don't open it. It'll be a collector's item. Just wait, like 30 years. You make money
I
off
have
of
to listen to it.
So,
have to-
hey, Robin, do you remember when we went and saw our dear friend John Lockhart at One to One Bar?
Yes, with Black Pearl.
Yes, that was the last CD I bought.
Really?
Was that? Yes.
Wow. Yeah,
Dude.
that band. There are several bands from Austin, in my opinion, that should have been much bigger than they are. Black Pearl is one of them.
Oh yes.
What's really funny and interesting, well, it's not funny. What's really interesting is that Lisa Tingle
Incredible singer.
Incredible singer. She's the lead singer of Black Pearl. I didn't put two and two together, but I worked at Straight Music with her dad, and it was like we went and saw Black Pearl, and that's how he put two and two together. He was like, "Oh, you went and saw my daughter." I was like,
Wow.
"I'm sorry, what?"
What does her dad do at
He was a
Straight?
repair guy.
That's
He's an instrument
awesome.
repair guy. Yeah. Great guy. Really, really great guy. Interesting dude. Dennis was his name. But so Black Pearl, but Archangels, I think, if they could have stayed together.
Archangels. My goodness. You know Archangels?
Oh, dude.
Austin,
Ooh.
baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love those guys. I rediscovered them like 2 months ago, like, because I went through my phase, like, YouTube just you go down the wormhole, and I'm like, who's Archangels? This is great.
Oh, yeah.
What should I listen to? Because I don't know much about them, to be honest with you.
They only have one album.
Okay.
Yep.
Just pick up the one album and just start it. There's a couple of songs, Living in a Dream. Oh my god, I'm going to embarrass myself now.
Yeah,
I was just
I'm
listening
living in a dream.
See
Oh,
what
wait,
tomorrow
that's
brings
Tom
was a good one.
There, Always Believed in You is my favorite off the album. And it was one of those things, I didn't realize that Doyle Bromhall plays his guitar upside down and backwards. So
Oops.
That's the only way to do it, right?
yeah, exactly. So
I mean, how do you play your guitar, Robin?
I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, so
It just hangs on the wall.
yeah, it just hangs on the wall back there. I don't play it because it's gorgeous, much prettier than me. So prove it. But so yeah, he plays a right-handed guitar upside down and left-handed. And I was trying to figure out how he was getting his tone on the opening lick of Always Believed in You. And I finally found a live video of them that like was zoomed in close enough for me to actually see his guitar, and I'm like, that son of a bitch is upside down. I was like, well, no wonder.
I'll be dang.
So you have to play, if you want to actually mimic him, you have to play everything upstrokes on your guitar.
Oh. Well,
If you want to actually
I'll
mimic
have to
him.
check it out.
I
Yes,
just
TJ.
thought of the reggae song I was thinking of. Blinky and the Roadmasters, Caroline. Great song.
Not familiar.
Well, look it up.
For sure. And then I also found the one that I was trying to tell you about. It's by an artist called Collie Buds, and the song's called Love and Reggae. And it's so chill. I definitely recommend going and checking that out. Who is in Archangels? It's Chris Slayton.
Chris Slayton, Tommy Shannon. So the brief history of Archangels is, so there was the place in Austin called the Arc, the Austin Rehearsal Complex. And what happened was, this was after Stevie had passed, and so you had his band, Chris Slayton and Tommy Shannon. They got a room and were just kind of basically trying to keep their chops up, playing together. And
Sure.
Doyle Bromhall had a room. Doyle Bromhall II, sorry. His dad, Doyle Bromhall, was a drummer. Real amazing blues drummer here in Austin. And so Doyle had a room down the hall, and Charlie Sexton had a room down the hall. And it basically just kind of clicked into place. The four of them just got together and started jamming and writing some songs, and that's how it happened.
Okay, right on. And for those of you who don't know, Stevie, he's referring to Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yes.
Just so everyone knows.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, that is who I'm referring to. But yeah, so that's how they got it, and then they took their name, the Austin Rehearsal Complex, Archangels. And then they teamed up with a guy named Mark Proct here in Austin, who was one of the people, from my understanding, may be wrong, someone may correct me on this, but from my understanding, he was one of the people who helped facilitate the Family Styles album between Jimmy and Stevie. And
there are some good tunes
Oh,
on
yeah.
that album. I have that album. I love that album.
my mom worked at the studio where that album was made, while that album was being made,
Where?
up in Dallas.
Oh, right on, dude.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Dude, TikTok, great song.
Yes.
TikTok people, time's ticking away.
There's
It's a great
a
song.
lot of great songs on that album. But yeah, so Archangels was one of those bands that I think should have been much bigger than what they were. But all those guys have gone. I mean, they're all having legendary careers.
Of course.
I mean, it's kind of hard to keep a band together when one of your guitar players becomes the guitar player for Eric Clapton. So
Wait, who was
Earl
that?
Bromhall is Eric Clapton's guitar player.
I did not know
Yeah.
that. Okay,
And
right
Charlie
on.
Sexton's
Well,
he's really gone into producing a lot lately. He's still doing a lot of stuff around.
absolutely. Well, he's still playing a lot of guitar.
Yeah, he's a great guitar player.
Speaking of Charlie Sexton, I didn't know he was in Archangels, by the way.
I
So,
did not either. That's really cool.
fantastic. Have you guys heard his debut album?
The one from like 1986 or something?
Like 85, 86,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, it's a great album.
When I first heard it, I'm like, this is great. And I was like, you're 16
Yeah.
on the album?
Yeah.
16? The dude sounds like he's just matured 32 years old, like he's been doing it forever, and he can sing like a beast and play guitar.
Yeah.
But instead, he's 16. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's nuts.
And then I wondered what happened to him, but apparently Archangels. And
he was doing, I think he released 2 albums in the 80s before the Archangels kind of joined forces in 90, 91. And I don't remember when Stevie died. Zach?
It was either 90 or 91.
Okay. Well, it was after that. So
Yeah.
it would have been around there too, because that's when, like I said, Zach, White Lion Main Attraction, I think, came out in 91. And Vito Bratta wrote the tribute, the instrumental. I know you're not into the instrumentals right now, but Blue Monday for Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Wait a minute, Blue Monday. You just told me about this last week. Who played Blue Monday?
Vito Bratta from White Lion.
That's right, White Lion. I'm trying to see what year Stevie Ray left us.
Too soon is what.
Absolutely. 1990.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
That wasn't even one. Wow.
So.
Did you say I remember
Yeah, I remember that,
that?
and then I started thinking, I was like, wait, I was not even 1 year old yet, so no, I don't remember that.
No, I don't actually remember.
I do not actually remember any of this.
I didn't want to eat that day. I didn't want to eat my baby food that day.
Yeah,
I remember.
It was gut wrenching. But yeah, so Mark Proct, who is Jimmy Vaughn's manager, or someone, took on the Archangels. Turmoil and stuff with Angels caused the downfall. I would love to have them on. Like, we could probably get Charlie Sexton. Probably talk to Charlie and see if he wants to come on and chat
I know
music.
he works with Pops a lot.
Yeah.
So,
I'd be starstruck. I'd be like, bro, I can't get over your voice when you were 16. How's it sound now? And I'd ruin it. I'd go into the penalty box right away.
Yeah, right away. Get out of here.
Yeah.
We'll get with you in a second,
we'll
TJ. So, hey guys, how do y'all feel about covers?
Love them. Depends. Let me rephrase.
Yes, I was gonna say that's the perfect word. Cause like
heard some pretty terrible covers.
Yes, and that's biased, but one of my favorite covers is White Lion covering Golden Earring, Radar Love.
Ooh, yeah.
But it's very sexy.
Yeah.
And like Golden Earring, that's a great song. I mean, if it wasn't for Golden Earring, there would not be that song. But just the way they do it and the little riffs and fills that Vito has, I got chills right now. It's just sexy.
Dude, send me a text with that link in it. I'm not familiar.
If you send me the rock cover of It's Raining Men. Did you send that to us?
I sent it yesterday. I sent y'all a metal cover and I sent y'all a rock cover.
Okay. Who sent me? Was it you, Zach, that sent me The Devil Went Down to Georgia?
By Nickelback, which is awesome.
I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet because I wanted to listen to it on good speakers, and you sent it to me when I was on a gig. So,
dude, I'll be the first to admit I love Nickelback. I think they're great, and I think that this new cover is fantastic. I think Hailstorm does great covers. They've done some amazing covers. The point of me asking this question is I love covers. I love a great cover. Here's what I don't love. I don't love when someone does an exact cover of something.
Correct.
Because what's the point?
Exactly.
Put your own flair on it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And like I said, it's biased because I love White Lion and I love Vito Bratta, but that song is one of the best covers I've heard. I just sent it to the group.
Okay, I was like, why did you just text me?
Yes. Speaking of covers, how about 80s music videos? Because like that's a total 80s video. Chicken like Daisy Duke shorts, around
I
like they're playing billiards. Like if you watch the video, you know what I'm talking about. But there's all that stuff in the 80s. It was always like there was a girl and then like big zoom ins and hair and short
dude,
shorts.
cherry pie, man.
Ah, cherry pie. That brings us to what I was going to talk about yesterday, but we stopped myself because we wanted to save it for the podcast. That cherry pie was not originally supposed to exist. The album was done. That
It was supposed to be pecan pie.
Uncle Tom's
supposed to be
Cabin.
Uncle Tom's Cabin, and the record company thought it was too dark, and so they made him write a happy song, or a more mainstream-ish song. So they wrote Cherry Pie, and
Okay, I thought you meant that they changed the name from Uncle Tom's Cabin to Cherry Pie. No, they wrote the song for the album Uncle
yeah,
Tom's Cabin.
so Uncle Tom's
Okay.
the band went in and like did the album, and they called it Uncle Tom's Cabin,
Yep.
and
Ready to roll.
ready to go, handed it into the record execs, and they were like, no, it's too dark, because it is a kind of lyrically it's a fairly dark concept album. It's not concept, but conceptually a lot of the lyrics are very dark, especially Uncle Tom's Cabin, the title song, which has a great guitar riff to it.
I was gonna say that's like what a transition in that opening. You get the little acoustic going, and you're like, "Where's this gonna go?" And then it's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, fantastic song. I remember the first time I heard that, my band director, who told me this story about it, and then it was reiterated later.
Vice?
No, it wasn't Vice. It was a guy named Jimmy Spencer. He was my middle school band director, and he told me the story, and then later on I was watching like some VH1 thing about Warrant and how they wrote the song and how they hated it and how, you know, all this stuff, and so it just reiterated the story. But yeah, so they'd written the whole album, turned it in, and they were like, no, you need to write a single. We're not hearing a single on this album. And so they wrote Cherry Pie, and the record company made them rename the album, do a new cover, and Cherry Pie is the song on the album, which leads me to my next thing. I hate when the leadoff single is the first song on an album.
Absolutely.
I hate it. And I think it's the worst thing. And it's even worse when you get a band, when you get an album, and the leadoff single is the first single on the album, and that's their best song. And you listen to the whole album, you're like, you started with your best, and that was it, just from there.
I'll go a step further. I hate in general when your album title has one of your songs on it. I think you should name it something different. Then, like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Well, Def Leppard.
Yeah, but still, I Hysteria is a great song. Great song. But still, I mean, it wasn't even their best song on that album anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I think you should just name your album. And it's almost like when you have a movie and then they say the title in the movie. It's like, why'd you write that in? Why?
That's why I'm Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Oh, he said it.
Oh, that's what movie we're watching. Thanks, man.
I mean, I guess it works in like Jumanji, but that's different.
Yeah, like when you know.
And like it works for Def Leppard, like Hysteria, that'll work. But for the most part, half the time it's like a forced, like, all right.
Yeah, I get it.
They say
My dad-
Rockstar in the movie Rockstar. Just saying.
That's true, but I mean, that's
Yeah, but that
Rockstar. That's
works.
untouchable. Like that's the finest piece of cinematic history ever.
So they say Untouchables in the movie The Untouchables, which is.
Speaking of Rockstar, do we like Timothy Oliphant with hair or short hair? Like long hair or short hair?
I love how being wrong with both.
Hey Siri, who is Timothy Oliphant?
Uh-huh.
I gotta look this up. Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, is he the one who
Oliphant?
goes, "And I'm just the queen"?
Yeah.
The original singer?
Oh yes.
Yes, there it is.
Who does he play?
I'm always
he's the guitarist in Rockstar.
He's also in Hitman.
Yep,
Wait,
and
that's
he's
why I
in
know.
he's in a lot. He's in The Office. He's in The
Short hair.
Crazies, which I just watched not too long ago. And actually, if you guys want something to do in quarantine, Santa Clarita Diet. Yep. Actually was like an entertaining show. Like it was one of
It's
those.
Drew
Like,
Barrymore, right?
yep.
Okay.
I was like, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I'm gonna keep doing next episode. And then when Netflix goes, still watching? Yes, I'm still watching.
the rhetorical answer to your question is always hair. Always.
I
don't even
like
know
with
why.
shorter hair.
Hair as in
As
at
an
the end of
actor.
the movie.
No, the actor.
Okay,
I like him with shorter hair. I think he fits his face better.
because he has grunge hair at the end of the movie.
Yeah, which is weird.
It's just
And
like
same
Mark
with
Wahlberg.
Like, no. Get
Mark
that hair
Wahlberg's
growth.
okay with hair. Looks better with shorter hair.
Right.
I think I'd look horrible with short hair.
Agreed. Like I
Agreed.
said, boys, I tried like this length like 2 years ago. Nuh-uh.
I think I'd look terrible with long hair.
Put a wig on. Prove it.
Prove it. Okay, hold please. Let me find my old driver's license.
I hope you have a wig. Oh no,
I was
dude,
gonna say,
that's
we
not
don't
long
want the
hair.
driver's license. We want the wig.
Yeah, dude, that's not long hair, bro. That's like surfer hair.
Yeah, it is surfer hair because that's as long as I had my hair.
Okay, well then that doesn't count. Like you need to go buy a straight up wig.
No.
Halloween's right around the corner.
No.
It's true.
No.
Hey, think how many Spirit Halloweens there's gonna be this year with all the businesses closing.
Right? Wow, that was dark.
I wonder if they will even be open.
Yeah, I wonder if Spirit of Halloween's gonna be able to be open.
Even if Spirit Halloween is not here, we're in trouble, boys.
Oh man, that's a sign of the times. You know, just like when there's really really severe weather, they use the Waffle House as a gauge to how severe the weather is.
Is that true?
Yeah, actually it
if
is true.
Waffle House closes, you know
Yeah,
it's
if
bad.
Waffle House
It's bad.
closes, you know it's bad. And actually, like the National Weather Service uses them
They're
as a
just-
gauge.
They're just scoping out like, all right, this Waffle House is closed. It's gonna be bad weather tonight, boys.
Yep. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing with HEB here in Austin. I mean, when Hurricane Harvey hit, HEB was down there serving food within a day. It took the Red Cross a week. Like, so if HEB is prepping all of a sudden for things, you'll start seeing. Well, I mean, if you pay attention to that kind of stuff, you'll start seeing the Red Cross will start kicking into action real quickly.
Do you not keep up with all your grocery stores, TJ?
Well, it's hard to when the greatest grocery store is in Texas and only Texas.
Hey, I will admit I love HEB. They've got great customer service, they've got a great selection, and their prices are phenomenal. You don't need coupons. Like the price you see is the price you pay.
Yeah.
So was that our commercial break? Thanks, Zach, for the advertising.
Hey, HEB sponsor us.
I had never been to one until March. I think a lot of that is due in fact that I had never been to Texas until March of this year. So
Oh,
there's
they have
that.
great guacamole.
Just wait until we go down and see the beautiful beaches of Port Aransas, South Padre.
South Padre,
South Padre.
dude. I will drive 2 hours farther to go to South Padre. Fight me.
Okay, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not. I'm gonna say the worst thing that a Texan could probably say, and that is I'm not a huge fan of Texas beaches. Like they're great, they're fine, they're good to go down to, but I much prefer, like, that's one thing California has, man. California beaches.
Florida beaches, Gulf Coast,
Florida too. Yep, that's true.
but not Minnesota. It's better than Minnesota. Like we have lakes. We don't even have.
You guys have sand like beaches? Do you have those there, or are they just like kind of rocky?
Yeah, I mean, like if people like are like, hey, it's beach day in Minnesota, I'm like, no, that's not a beach. Like that's a lake with some like.
Life's a beach sometimes.
Yeah. Like, but I did show you. I saw you a picture of Lake Superior when we were there last weekend. Like, it looks like an ocean. It's a huge lake.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge.
Huge.
It's huge. It's very cold though. Like, you would not want to go swimming in it. It'll get up to like 60 something and like peak summer-ish, but for the most part, it's like 40 degrees all the time.
I'll jump in.
I mean, it's worth jumping in, but you're not
Worth
going to
getting out
hang
too.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I just got a text from Aaron. Shout out to Mr. Aaron Ard. We love you, brother. He says he loves HEB. So.
Oh, is Aaron listening?
Aaron is listening in.
Oh,
Yes.
We got a listener, boys. We
got one. Aaron,
we will take it.
Aaron, I wish you well, sir. I wish you well, sir.
Orange flavored Celsius to keep your day going.
Oh yes.
Sorry, that was my commercial break.
Dude, TJ. So Aaron is a dear friend of ours, and he's just the coolest dude on the planet. He rocks out hard, and he. Do you know what Baja is? Baja 5000 or Baja 1000 or Baja 500
Baja California.
Sounds
in the
familiar.
desert.
Baja California.
I know
It-
Baja,
yeah,
California,
the-
but yeah, I
Okay,
guess
Thanks,
we have
West
to.
it's a crazy famous race, and
Okay.
and he's done it like every single year, and it's hella dangerous. And like he does it on dirt bikes and chase trucks, and he does all that crap, man. He's a badass, and he does triathlons, and he's awesome. So you'll definitely have to meet him when you come to Austin.
Absolutely, we will party.
I'm down. I don't know
Party
what that
on,
word
bro.
means.
We
party?
will party. My name is Robin, and I like to party.
I know for a fact you don't party.
That is
Party on, dude.
okay. If to get back to the 80s hair metal music and whatnot, Hot Rod, great soundtrack.
Can't say I'm familiar with it, honestly, but I
had
believe
to
you.
think
Like
about
I
it.
do. Like I gotta look it up.
I mean-
On that note, before I forget, have you guys seen the movie Rad or heard the soundtrack?
No.
I've seen bits and pieces of the movie. I really gotta watch it instead of pretending like I've seen it. But the soundtrack is fantastic.
I do that with movies all the time. I've never seen The Sixth Sense, but I knew the ending was spoiled for me, so I just always pretend like I've seen it.
Dude, one of my favorite soundtracks is, believe it or not, Gone in 60 Seconds.
Ooh, good
Solid.
one. Solid.
Dude,
Solid.
I purchased that. The guy who did all his name's Trevor Rabin or Trevor Rabin, Rabin. Are you familiar with him?
I think it's pronounced Rabin.
Rabin.
I
Okay,
think. I don't
whatever.
know.
Some Rabin. Dude, that soundtrack is phenomenal. It's great for testing sound systems, and it gets your blood going. Like if you're ever cruising down the highway and you just want to go fast, put the Gone in 60 Seconds soundtrack on.
Real quick, Robin, are you talking about Hot Rod the movie, like the newer
Yeah,
one?
the Hot Rod with Andy Samberg.
Okay, I thought you were talking about like an '80s movie. I was like, I've never heard of this
No,
movie,
Hot-
but okay,
Hot
yeah.
The most of the
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah. Actually, there's a lot. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of Europe songs
the
in
band
there.
Europe has a lot of songs in there.
Like I was the only one in the movie. Everyone's like, "What the hell is this song?" And I'm like, "This is
This
Europe,
is- yeah.
man."
Yeah.
What
Oh, and
about Europe?
true story. Let's see. Back when Virgin like mega stores existed, like you could go buy like old '80s albums,
Oh,
for, like $7.
yeah. We have a
And back in 2008, when I was really broke working for Disney, not that they didn't pay us much, it was just that's what you got, right? And I was young. We'd go every Friday and pick out a music like concert DVD. I bought Live Without a Net, Van Halen one week, and then I bought Europe in like 1986 live in Sweden. It was fantastic.
oh man.
That's my story. Sorry.
We have a place here in Austin. We have several places, but the one that I go to all the time, well, used to, is Waterloo Records here in Austin. They have a big selection of used vinyl, and you can find some gems in there. And I'm kicking myself because the Black Parade, My Chemical Romance is the Black Parade. They released like a special vinyl edition of that album, and they had it there, mint condition. It was used, but it was mint condition, but it was $75, and I'm like,
Oh,
but I'm kicking myself. I should have bought it. Should have done it.
why are they selling for much more? or
Oh yeah,
something
they're
now?
selling for like 115 and up because they pressed like a real limited number of them.
Gotcha. Dude, speaking of Waterloo, do you remember a place called Cheapos off of Lamar?
Yes.
Dude, I love Waterloo, and I'm a big Waterloo fan, and I support them, Austin local businesses. But dude, Cheapos Disc, that place, talk about a selection. That place was huge, bro.
Yeah, they had a massive. I remember going there. Had they closed by the time we were in high school? Because I remember going. I think I remember driving to Cheapos in high school. I may be
It
thinking
closed
middle school.
after high school.
Okay, yeah. I remember going there and just like getting lost in the selection of stuff. I mean, when I made the big push to the switch to digital years ago, I digitized all my CDs. I don't have a lot of them anymore, which I feel really stupid about. I have some of them, but I don't have all of them.
Where did you take them?
Half price books. I sold
Ooh.
a ton.
Come on, bro.
I know, I learned my lesson. I sold a ton of stuff. There's two things in my life I will never sell again. That is my books and my music collection. And my DVD collection. 3 things.
So that's 3
Yeah.
things.
So I will never sell those things again because I am kicking myself for selling my book collection and my CD collection. Because I digitized everything, so I still have all the music, but I should have kept all that. Didn't sell my vinyls though.
I'm proud of you, Robin. That's the highest I've seen you count. So way to go.
Oh, blur,
That-
blur,
that's
blur.
that's only two. That's only two. You can do better.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Speaking of like old music and stuff, what happened to like Atlantic Records or like
Still going.
Mercury Records? Like, but
Mercury's
like, remember
closed.
all the CDs? If it had like a red outline, you knew it was gonna be a good CD for the most part, because it was like Atlantic Records or Columbia Records. Maybe that's just me.
Oh. Side note, or side question. What was the first album you ever purchased with your own money?
Oof.
I know Zach's was the Wiggles soundtrack, but
Blue's Clues,
Uh,
actually.
Blue's Clues.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of cover songs, someone should cover "Here's the Mail" on Blue's Clues, like a rock version of "Here's the Mail."
Here's the mail that never fails.
How does that song
don't-
go though?
Oh, it's
Here's
easy.
the mail, it never fails. It makes me wanna wag my tail. When it comes, I wanna wail. Mail.
That was perfect.
He did it.
Yeah.
You saw it here
He actually
first,
did it.
folks.
There you go. That is live on video for all your entertainment.
We just got a letter.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
And
Bet
that's the
it's
show.
really great. No. I think that's what they said at the end. You know, what was the first album?
I think that I don't think it was with my own money, but the one I remember like actually going like I gotta get this. I want to say it was Weird Al. I can't remember if it was like the 3D one or he had the Jurassic Park one too. I forget. I can't remember the title of it, but it was one of those.
Okay.
Or let me see if I look it up, I could probably find it. It was like back. I had a choice. My grandma and grandpa were like, "Hey, do you want to go see the movie Anaconda, or do you want to buy a Weird Al CD?" And I was like, "I want to see Weird Al. I want a Weird Al CD because I'm scared to watch Anaconda."
Zach,
What's the question?
what was the first album you ever purchased with your own money?
I don't remember.
Well, make something up, bro. It's not that hard.
I guess you're right.
Forget it. Yeah, forget it.
It was probably something in high school. It was probably like some Ozzy album or something.
Mine was Eve 6 Horoscope,
Ooh.
which is still to this day one of the very, very few albums that I can just spin on repeat, and I'm still not sick of that album.
I'm not familiar with the band. What's it called?
So Eve 6 is the band. They had a song. They're
I'm blue.
no, that's Eiffel 60. That's Eiffel 65.
Hey, that's a great song.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My bad.
It might have been Weird Al, A Bad Hair Day.
Okay, yeah. But Zach, they were real big in the 90s and early 2000s, and then they broke up for a while.
What was their big song?
Inside Out. It's off their first album.
Dude. Like the 80s Inside Out?
No.
Oh man.
Actually, I think lyrically, Inside Out is one of my favorite songs.
The 80s one?
No.
Oh.
Eve 6.
I
hey,
was jamming
okay.
that today.
Zach, since you got the guitar, what's the riff of the day?
Inside Out. Can you hear that?
It's really soft.
A little XYZ, baby.
There we go. Well, we need to
Something like that?
we need to work on that and make that sound a little better. It was clear-ish, but yeah, we can make it sound better. But yeah, dude,
Well, dude,
that was awesome.
I'll get it its own microphone as soon as I get my talking mic in. I'll put this one on my amp, and I'll get like a mixer so I can send you both.
Dude, dope. Yeah, because you can only send me one thing, unfortunately. We'll figure all that stuff out.
I like your idea, TJ. I think we should have a riff of the day.
Riff of the day.
Yep. So there's that idea, and then while I'm on the topic, I'm gonna give you the word of the day, and it's just beaming success for us, boys. So it's called Necadonia, joy or pleasure that comes from imagining future success. And let me use it in a sentence. In a state of Necadonia, I watched England in the World Cup semifinals, which is a lie because that never happens. But that's the sentence that gave me.
Don't you know?
Pick up, eh?
That's great.
Don't you?
Census.
Why
Well,
is
I
Oh.
appreciate that.
why is it that when I say "don't you know," I try to say it in a Midwestern accent, I end up sounding like I'm Irish.
Hey,
Let's
don't you
hear it.
know?
Now I can't do it. But it's the same thing with like if you say beer can in a Jamaican accent. Or no, if you say beer can in an English accent, it sounds like you're saying bacon in a Jamaican accent.
Let me try. Wait, is it? Thank you. Beer can.
Yeah, Ken.
Oh wow, it does a
Yeah,
little
Ken.
bit.
Yeah.
Eh,
Do you want some beer can? Wait,
do you want some bacon? I'll have
no,
some
you just
bacon.
sounded Irish.
I'll have some bacon.
Now you
Don't let me
sound
forget,
Irish.
guys. I gotta show you the band Wildside if you've never heard of them. There's a riff.
I took a walk on the wild side once.
Who does that? Is that Lou Reed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lou Reed. He's a dirty man. Dirty man.
Is it that Mambo number 5?
No, that's
Lou-
Lou Bega.
Yeah, Lou Bega.
Okay, the other
Oh.
Luke.
Yeah,
The other Lou.
No,
The
doesn't.
one that had one song and made like he retired. He's like, that's plenty of money.
That was the
I'm
same
good.
thing with Ricky Martin.
Whoa.
He did Live in La
careful.
Vida Loca, and he did more afterwards, but he didn't have to.
It's true.
Dude, he has actually 2 or 3 pretty big songs that I remember.
Yeah, but he didn't have to. I mean, Live in La Vida
Outside,
Loca was
inside.
so big.
It was huge.
Yeah.
That was like that whole it was like almost like a Spanish wave came through. It was like you had Macarena and you had Ricky Martin. It was like, what is happening?
Well,
like I loved it.
And then
as
you
a
had
kid, but-
Shakira around the same time that started to break into the American market.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to do it as Shakira.
That was actually
accent.
pretty good. That's why I'm laughing. Oh man. What was I
You
saying?
kind of excited me there, Zach. That was exciting.
Yeah. I mean, here I think has that effect on people.
Super Bowl this year? My goodness, I don't know. Like you guys watch
Who's
Super
good-
Bowl, right?
Yes. I
Oh
did.
my goodness, I was like, oh
Um,
boy.
I'm crushing on J-Lo, man. She's beautiful.
yes. Yes, she is.
My crush wore off when I was like 8.
So,
But I mean, more
what,
power to you. Like I'm
10
like,
years ago?
you can have her.
my number one besides my girlfriend, obviously, my number one is Kate Beckinsale.
Good save.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
So
Dude, every time you say her name, I have to look it up. I don't know. I can't put a face with a name. Oh, by the way, Whitley says, thank you for the cheapos shout out. We have Whitley listening. What's up, Whit?
Hey, Whit.
TJ, you would really get along with Whitley.
Shout out to 2000. Wait, is it? No, it'd be like 2003 Lake Travis Baseball League when we were on the Pirates together.
Oh, wait, were you and Whitley on
Yeah.
a... Oh, that's cool.
It was me, Whitley, Will Thompson, Josh Clark, and one of the.
I love how you do number 3.
I was gonna say. That's the highest I've seen you count, and that's what comes out.
Do you know why I do number 3 this way and then 4? You're supposed to do it this way, but why I do number 3 like that? Because my sign language was my foreign language in high school, and that's how they count to 3. They go 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of them will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do 5. But
So they're just asking for it in sign language.
and
Very
yeah, they're
funny.
just asking for it. But no, there was another person, and maybe Whitley can tell you. But there were 5 of us that for basically like all 4 years that we played on the Pirates together. It was really interesting. Josh and I were musing about it. We were playing Jackbox games together.
How many home runs you hit, Robin?
None. Well,
How many base hits?
I may have hit up in the park home run at some point. I don't know. I may have. I'm not counting.
So
I'm not saying that actually happened, but I got on base. I was pretty decent. I wasn't the best, but I was decent. I was a better outfielder than I.
Well, if you're not first, you're last, Robin.
Would
Pretty
you
well made.
say that y'all knocked it out of the park?
Oh, because we were on the Pirates.
Oh, wow, that took way too long. All right, penalty box.
Penalty
You're
box
out.
for me, and I'm the one that usually makes stupid puns.
Yeah. And it took you a solid 2 seconds. to
I
get
was
that
like,
one.
why did he just say it like a pirate? Because we were on the Pirates.
Absolutely.
My own brain is disappointed with me.
Well, did y'all ever get in fights with the umpire?
No.
No.
No, now you're pushing it. No.
I think less of myself for what I just said, actually.
But maybe Whitley can tell you as well. I don't remember. Did we can't remember if we ever like won a championship. I think we did one year. I don't remember though. But
Did you guys watch Nickelodeon as a kid?
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So Whitley reminds me of Stick Stickly. Remember Stick Stickly?
What show?
It's like Nickelodeon just randomly is just a little stick with like someone took a popsicle stick and put little like crazy eyes on them.
No, but how do you know Whitley?
He
Did
does.
you just
No,
talk
he,
about
Look him
Whitley?
up.
just the
I just heard Whitley and then I associate it with Stick Stickly.
Oh, okay. I thought you like looked him up on Instagram or something. I was
No,
like,
I'm
"Oh,
not.
that's a
I'm
little
not. I'm
creepy."
not creepy. That'll do. I'll do that afterwards.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's not creepy if you do it in private. That's what I always heard.
Correct. Yeah.
people are terrible.
Well, Stick Stickly. I can't believe you don't remember that.
I may if I see him, but
Yeah.
no, the shows.
Or like remember like Face?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
there
man.
it
Yes, a
is.
color,
Yep. He changed colors all the time.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
diverse individual.
but
I'm
with a
feeling-
smiley face.
Does anybody remember? Always. Every time someone says "now you know," I always respond. To this day, I still will be like, "Cause it's my super short show." Off Disney Channel. It was
I can't
Allison.
be with you on that one.
Allison Stoner played his like it was this little like 10-minute or not even 10-minute. It was a little like 3 to 4 minute like thing in between shows.
Her last name was Stoner.
Allison Stoner played her actual actress name is Allison Stoner. That's the real person's name, but she played the little sister to the guy who played Mike, and she was the annoying little sister. But that's how she got her start on that stupid little thing that happened in between shows. Yeah. So they would always end the show with like, "Well, now you know, cause it's my super short show," and like do something with their hands.
I think
thought
we've spent too much time on this.
Yeah, way too much.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Penalty box, bro. 5-minute major, you're out.
Someone posted a penalty box video the other day of a guy who he did something. It doesn't show what he did, but it just shows his reaction to seeing the replay. And he like gets put in the penalty box. And he's just like, "What the? I don't need to be in here." And then he watches the video and he goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay." And he like sits down. But I
This is
don't
ridiculous.
I don't really watch too much hockey. I played hockey.
That's what I'm here for.
Played hockey, but more of an F1. Don't
Well, you
worry.
can be the
I won't go
You can be
into.
the F1 guy.
I won't.
You
I
can be
won't
the
go
F1
too
guy.
much F1.
I'll be the hockey guy.
Hockey.
Hey, so Robin, why do you hate the ME70 so much?
Oh, that's right. We were talking about this. Okay, so several reasons. For those of you wondering, the ME70 is a guitar multi-effects pedal. Kind of a intermediate, pedal that you can buy at a music store that's got a little bit of everything in it. It's got a wah pedal, it's got distortion, modulation, phasing. That the reason I don't like it, the number one reason I don't like it is because there was a band that I played in for a while, and one of the guitar players, there were two. One of the guitar players used an ME50, and
That's not the ME70.
getting there. He used an ME50, predecessor to the ME70, and he upgraded.
Good word usage, bro.
He upgraded to the ME70, and it didn't sound any different. He said, "This sounds so much better," and I'm like, "No, it sounds exactly the same. It still sounds like crap. You need to get actual pedals and go like build yourself a pedal board and not buy this thing." So, and
Dude, I think it's the user, bro.
oh, I do think it's the user because Alex Campbell had one and he made that thing sound awesome. He had an ME50, and I think he eventually upgraded to the ME70, but he made them both sound great. But that is the first thing, is because every time I see one of those, I just remember that, and I'm just like, ugh, terrible tone. But then when I got it, it sounded even worse than the other guy that was playing it, and I was really frustrated with that. And so,
I will say you've got to spend some time with them.
Okay.
And you've got to program them.
Third reason I don't
Oh,
like
Lord.
these things. Because when I was working at a music store, one of the boss reps came in, and Mark told us that this was the end all be all. You don't need to buy pedals anymore. This is the greatest thing that you can buy, blah, blah, blah. And I was young and not. I just didn't buy into all that kind of stuff. And so when did that, and then we ended up selling like 3 of them to people who came in looking for certain things. I was like, well, that's a really crappy thing to do. You shouldn't do that. You should give people what they want, not what you think they need, just because you're wanting to sell things. But I'm not a corporate person, so my brain doesn't think that way. Totally understand why they. Like, now I look back on it, I'm like, no, that was actually a smart decision for us to push those, because they have a really good relationship with Boss. Boss and Roland bring a lot of stuff to that store, their store. Yeah, I've never
Right on.
liked the tone.
Okay. I mean, dude, I can't tell you how many gigs. Basically, every Michael Jackson gig I did was with that unit. I did all of my Dee Snider gigs with it. And I think I might have done an Adelita's Way run with it. Dude, that thing saved my butt so many times. I just use it for the effects. And the effects sound great.
Well, maybe you could teach me to use it better, but I'm also like, we could probably talk, have a whole episode of us bantering back and forth about how digital is better than analog. I prefer pedals. I like the sound of I like going out and trying all these different pedals and finding that tone that you really want, and then building a pedal board and putting it all this stuff together, and the process of doing it.
I get it.
Which is funny because I'm a drummer, and it's like I'm exactly the opposite with drums. Like, just put a freaking drum in front of me, I'll tune it up, I'll make it sound fine. But with my guitars, because I know I'm not a guitar player, I try to hide behind, ear, and if I can get it to sound good enough, if it's pleasing to my ear, I'm good. So.
Hey, I feel you, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you crap, man. I can go either way. I love digital. I love analog. I love multi-effects units. I love single pedals.
You were the one that got me onto Positive Grid, and I love that thing. I mean, I have written 5 or 6 different great lick song ideas in the last 3 weeks with that.
There you go.
It's just a phenomenal thing. Love it. It makes writing so easy. I don't have to go get my amp or plug the guitar in and work.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
But gentlemen, we've made it to an hour and 5 minutes.
I like that.
I like that. We can, I mean, I think we should, BS for another 4, just so we're at the right time.
69 dudes.
69 dudes. Nice.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, what are I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm going to see my girlfriend for a week. I'm gonna be back next Wednesday. What are y'all doing for the next week? What is on the plans of 2 legendary gentlemen?
Ooh, well, tomorrow, not sure. Thursday, golfing and the casino, Little Treasure Island, before Friday we'll see. And then Saturday, Las Vegas, where apparently nothing's open, but it's supposed to be 111, and that'll work, I guess.
They recorded the hottest temperature on record, on the record of all of Earth the other day. It was like 130 degrees in Death Valley.
Yep, yeah, I saw that. So we'll see. I'll either come back really red or beautiful bronze.
Speaking of tan lines here, I did this earlier, and it's like you can see how dark my forearms are, and then it's just white.
Why do you think I don't wear sleeves, Robin?
I look good in cutoffs, man. You do. You make it work. I don't look good in bandanas either. Zach, what are you doing this next week besides music theory and practicing?
Music theory and practicing. You know what? I just got some new toys. Well, I just got this microphone. This is not a microphone cable. I got a new microphone cable, which I'm really happy about. I didn't realize how distorted the old one was. So I will probably do some vocal recording this week. And I got a new cabinet for my. That's what you heard when I was playing.
Oh, that's right. Did you get that?
Guitar
earlier?
Did
you get that 212?
I did. I pulled the trigger. I'm not a impulse buyer. I do my research, but I saw this thing and it was a steal, so I grabbed it. And dude, it sounds great. It was a great price and it's tiny, so I will probably be playing with that, working on theory, and then going on my walks every day, dude. Y'all know I walk like 3 to 6 miles every day.
All right, hippie, take a bath.
I
Oh, that's
shower every
aggressive.
day.
Prove it.
Prove it. Right, don't prove it. Never mind. Don't prove that. No.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
We talked about that, Robin.
Yeah, this is true. Well, I'd say that this was a good second episode here, guys.
That's the best second episode we've ever had.
It's the best second one.
It was an episode.
It was.
It was. We covered it all.
It was an episode. That's it, guys. We've covered everything. We're done. The podcast is over. You could watch the test episode, the first episode, and this episode, and that's it. Short-lived, but great.
There you go.
Um,
Hey, but in all
Hey,
honesty, oh, go ahead, bud.
I was going to say, Robin, you forgot to do like, comment, subscribe down
we're
below.
not done yet. We're not there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait,
Zach,
you sounded like it again.
Zach,
Let me say my bit so Robin can say
Yeah.
his bit. Gosh,
Jeez,
dude.
Jeez, guys. I thought we did this for fun. I didn't want to, like, tear us apart.
No, this isn't fun. This is zero
Yeah,
fun.
it's over. It's over. There's no episode 3. Robin's leaving town anyways.
Dude, we'll do an episode without him like
You-
we did last night.
what is the name of the?
You're tearing me apart.
That's it, Lisa. I couldn't. You're tearing me apart. Oh,
Wait,
hi, Mark.
what is
it's
that
from?
from?
A movie called The.
Don't get me going on the
I've
room.
never seen it, and I'm not gonna see it.
It's called
It's
The
the
Room.
worst movie
Yeah,
ever
it's
made.
on YouTube. It's so
Anyways,
good. It's so good.
dude,
You have to watch that and then watch The Disaster
Okay.
Artist. It's so
Zach,
great.
what were you gonna
Happy
say?
birthday.
Oh my! Hey, everybody that tuned in, thank you so much for coming, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Always rock on. This has been Rock Detention.
And for those of you wondering, yes, that is a fully automatic Nerf gun in the corner.
For none
So-
of you wondering,
Yes, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. We're gonna keep, we're starting to get a little more active on there. So yep, that's what we're doing. And
Class
Yeah.
dismissed.
class dismissed.